Good morning, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Honestly Speaking. Before we jump in, I'm going to give you some life updates. Earlier this month, I went on a family trip after so long, which is why the uploads on Honestly Speaking has been really slow because I was traveling. And by the time I got back, I was so exhausted from the trip that I didn't want to do anything. Second, I am considering surgeries. Before you come for me and before you try to talk me out of it, it's basically for two things, okay? One is this thing under my left eye. I don't know what it is. It is benign. It's just like some soft skin. And I've been conscious of it for a long time, but I didn't really think anyone else would notice. But everyone keeps asking me, what's under your eye? What's under your eye? And I actually don't know. So I just thought, why not fix it? Because it has been something that makes me super conscious. Next surgery that I'm going to do, and I don't know how many of you have heard of it, but I do know that some of you are insecure about it as well. I'm considering to do a breast axillary tissue removal surgery. It's basically the excess tissue that you have under your underarms. It's basically breast tissue that kind of grows there. So when I put on weight earlier this year, a lot of fat also went there. I had really puffy underarms and I was super conscious in every picture that I'm taking, and when I'm wearing sleeveless, when I'm wearing tube dresses, I just did not like it. And when I lost weight, I lost a lot of that as well, but there's just some more and I just want to get surgery done. I've also been conscious of this because even when I was thin, I did have like this problem. But when I put on weight is when I noticed it grow a lot more. I don't know, man. I don't know why we have breast axillary tissue. It's just such a stupid thing to have. But in the grand scheme of things, it's painless. It is an aesthetics, related decision. So I don't want to complain. Yeah, these are two things that I am considering doing this year or next year. I'm just trying to find the right doctors for it. And the third thing is I got Invisalign. So I'm wearing it right now. My teeth is also something that I had been conscious of, and I basically have a projection on my face. If you look, you see, like my lower jaw is just really forward. Yeah, I have like a protruding lower jaw. And once again, when I lost weight, it just showed a lot more. So I just want to fix these things so that by next year, I'm feeling my best. Don't get me wrong, I already love myself. I think I look great. Just like minor things I want to fix. And yeah, I'm just sharing it now because I don't know if I would want to talk about it after it's done. Maybe if it's educational, yes. But just giving you guys a heads up that this is what I'm considering. I think out of everything, probably the breast axillary tissue removal is what I'm most excited for. So based on my research, there are a couple of options. One is fat melting injections. Apparently it's not super long term. I don't know. The second is liposuction, but that's for like smaller fat. And third is incision or something. I don't know. Oh my god, I feel like I should do proper research before talking about this. But there's one more option, and that is the option that leaves like a bigger scar. So there is like a downtime. So there is time that you can't really go to the gym and stuff. So I need to consider all of this. It has to be done during a time when it's like slower period, so I'm not missing out on like campaign opportunities. So that's a little life update as of what's going on. Invisalign so far is annoying. It is really annoying, okay? Because you have to like put it on and remove it, which I don't mind. I think it's fine. Right now when I'm wearing it, like my teeth hurt, my jaw hurts. It's just an annoying thing to do. And I'm on my third day and I have like probably 300 days more. So kill me. So yeah, that's a little roundup, kind of given you a life update for 5 minutes now. But that being said, let's actually get into this topic of fulfillment and solitude and kind of like dealing with singlehood in your 20s. If you haven't figured it out yet, my mind today is a little bit like all over the place. So if I say one thing and then I contradict myself or I challenge my own belief, the next second is because I am figuring my own thoughts out. I'm figuring my own life and my own beliefs, and I just happen to be doing it on camera. Okay, so recently I posted this one video on Instagram where I was talking about how I'm like traumatized and I just can't get myself to trust in a guy. Like, I just don't believe that good men, I mean, I do believe that good men exist. I just don't believe that it's for me, which is a very negative mindset to have because I'm so positive in every other aspect of my life. So I know that this is a super negative mindset to have, but that is what I believe. It's just because of the fact that most of my teenage years and most of my adulthood I've had bad experiences, but it's probably time to let go of it. But I also don't want to let go of it because I've got traumatized from it. Like, I've kind of seen the really ugly side of people, so it's hard to have that same faith in that specific gender. Yeah, anyway, I posted that video and I received comments from people saying that I am too traumatized to a point where I'm not giving myself that shot at happiness. And another comment that I read and I want to discuss was this person who basically said that he doesn't think I'm happy, but he thinks that I'm stabilized at best. Usually, I don't feel the need to like really make people believe that I'm actually happy because I know it might be hard to believe someone who is young and single to feel fulfilled when everyone around that person is getting married, but I do. And so I don't feel like I have to keep proving to people. But I genuinely share those videos on my YouTube because I actually feel so happy. Like, it's sometimes when I'm on my bed and I've had a great day and there is no one stressing me out and there is no one making me feel unhappy, I just feel this rush of gratitude. And at that time, I just want to make a video and tell everyone that I'm happy because I never knew it was possible. So that's the reason I make such videos, number one. And number two is because it always gets shares and people resonating with me and people then finding my profile, which I love. So these are the reasons I talk about it. But many people like to believe that I am pretending to be happy and that I am sad and lonely somewhere deep inside. And I promise you I'm not. I'm none of those things because when I was with the wrong people, that I was at my worst. I was ugly. I was not focused. I was not motivated. I mean, I think I was. Okay, no, I don't want to say motivated because I worked really hard even when I was young, okay? But I was just not on track the way that I am right now. I went to therapy. I don't know. I was just at my worst. Like, there was not a day where I actually felt happy or I felt, forget happiness, peace. And what I feel now is what that comment said, which is she's stabilized at best. And I'm not going to challenge that because stabilized is where I want to be in my life. I don't want super high highs of happy. I don't need that. I think that comes once in a while, sometimes when I achieve something in my life. I do get that. It happens when I am out with my friends. But most of the time, 99%, what I feel is stabilized. I feel calm. I feel present. I feel peace. And I feel focused. So I don't know if what that person said is right or wrong. Like, I don't know how to define happiness. But what I do know is that when I was with the wrong people, I used to feel happy once in a while. Like, I've had that high when they treat me well, or like when it's time to meet them, like when it's time to meet a guy that you're really into. Yes, there's happiness, there's excitement, there's that rush of emotions. It's true that I haven't felt those in a while, but that does not mean I'm sad. You know what I mean? What I feel now is so at peace with myself. It's that exact feeling you have when you go to the beach, maybe during like sunrise or sunset, I don't know, and there's nothing in your mind except gratitude. And that is what I feel in my life now. So I don't know if that means I'm sad. Like, I can't figure it out myself. Like, this specific comment made me think because it made me question what happiness is. Is happiness always smiling, always feeling excited, always feeling giddy in your mind? Like, is that happiness? Or is gratitude a reflection of happiness or like an extension of happiness? I don't know. And another comment that I got was from this, I think it was a girl. She said something like, babe, you need to heal. You deserve to be with someone. You are self-sabotaging and all of that stuff. And then a flood of comments of how I need therapy. And the thing about me is that I do introspect a lot. I think about myself and my life a lot. And here's my thought process, okay? I'm very stable in my life. Like, I'm very calm in my life. I have things that I'm working towards. I have goals. I am ticking things off. And in the last 2 years, I've just not had the need or the want even to get into a relationship. It's just not come to me. Even when I see people get married, even when I see people find someone, I just don't have it. Like, I don't feel like, oh my God, I want this. I don't feel like that. What I feel is, oh, that person really deserved this. I hope they're happy. And then my next thought is, okay, cool. What am I going to do tomorrow? How can I achieve my goals? I don't know. So even when people comment or like they tell me that I need to give love a chance and that I need to allow myself to meet the right person, my question is, do I really need to? Because if I'm very comfortable in my life, do I need to be looking for something? I don't think so. I don't think that's a necessity. And maybe I would change my mind, okay? Like, when it comes to these things, I will never say that I'm going to be thinking the same way because I feel like your age also has a direct relationship with how lonely you feel. Because when you're older, maybe that is when you feel lonely. It's just at this moment, I just don't want to spend my 20s risking it. Because for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm doing something. I'm moving quickly. I have very big goals this time. Not small, like I have genuinely big goals. I see myself doing big things. Like, what can a guy possibly add to my life? Like, yes, there is love, there is all of that, but with that also comes so many things. There's possibility of arguments, there's possibility of him leaving me anytime, there is possibility of being cheated on, all of the things that have happened. And more than that, there's just sharing my life, which I don't want to do. Like, I just like my life. I like my space. I love my home. I love my solitude. I love my weekends. I love how everything in my life is now planned and structured. I love the fact that on Thursdays and Fridays, I meet my friend. I love the fact that weekends I come home and I meet my family. And the rest of the week is kind of for me to work and to do events and stuff. So I have a structure. Maybe it might not work for me in 2 years or 3 years. It probably would not. And there are many girls who watch me and who kind of want to be at the same space that I'm in, which is not feeling lonely and all of that. But listen, I just want to clarify that I have a very small but super understanding and nourishing, I would say, group of friends. So even if I'm lonely, I get a lot of my basic needs from them. I get love, I get care, time, community, belongingness. I get those feelings, which is why I feel like I don't really need a guy. But there are many of you who watch me who are staying far away from home, far away from your friends, and then you feel lonely. And you tend to compare yourself with me. Please don't ever do that. Genuinely, I have a lot of people in my life. It just does not happen to be a guy. So, yeah, if you're watching this, don't have to feel bad if you feel lonely. I think we all at the end do need someone. It could just be in different forms. Yeah, as I was saying, it probably works for me now while I'm 26. Don't know if it'll work for me in the future. And it also works for me because my closest friend, my best friend, is also single. And we're in that phase in our life, where we don't want to date. We just want to have fun. And by have fun, not like hooking up or anything. We just want to have fun doing our own thing, just chilling. We just want to have fun chilling. But maybe if she dates someone, maybe if she finds someone and it's time for her to reprioritize our life, I could feel lonely like that. I don't know. We'll figure that out, okay? I'll figure that out when my friend or my closest friends find others. But yeah, I do think that that would be a challenging place to be in when your own circle finds other people and then you don't. So far for me, that hasn't happened. 3 of my close friends are married, but in my closest circle, the ones that I used to meet very regularly, only one person is married. And that feeling hasn't come to me yet. But I'm open to the idea. I'm very open to the fact that I might change my mind and that I might backtrack on things that I've said. It's happened when it comes to my job, because I used to say that I would never quit my job, and then I did quit my job, and it kind of did end up being a very good decision. I'm learning a lot about myself, so it could be the same when it comes to me finding a guy or wanting to settle down. Now, that being said, recently I have also been, I'd say, getting approached by men, which is not, a big deal because men will kind of approach anyone. But I've also noticed that I'm getting approached by people who are doing really well in their career. I've never had that before, okay? Because before it was like unemployment. It's also my age. I was young. So even the guys that I was speaking to, they were also young. They were figuring things out. Maybe now that I'm a little bit older and maybe I have a good career going on for myself as well, the ones who are interested in actually exploring things with me happen to be doing well. And on paper, they seem fine. They seem okay. They seem funny. They seem witty. Yeah, it seems like we can speak. But when they ask me out, once again, I'm like, oh my God, I can't. I don't want to do it. I can't give up my singlehood. Because if I give up my singlehood, I'm never going to get this period of my life again. I'm never going to be the selfish again. I'm never going to have so much time in my life. I don't want to do it. And then I just don't end up doing anything. So usually we speak for literally, guys, my bandwidth is 2 to 3 days. We speak for 2 to 3 days and then I'm like, oh, listen, I can't. And even those 2 to 3 days, if you add it up, it's probably like 45 minutes or 1 hour. Genuinely. Yeah, but by the end of it, I say, I can't do it. It's not in me. And usually they ask me, okay, like, why? What is the reason? And my response is, I just really love my singlehood. I genuinely do. And I'm just not ready. Like, I'm not ready for another person in my life. And I know we've just started talking, but if I'm not ready for that, why am I speaking to you? You know what I mean? Like, I want to do things that are intentional. I don't want to just speak with someone and then spend my time on something that isn't going to give me anything back. And one of the guys that I spoke to like this, I'm in no way saying that, I'm their only option or anything. Like, I'm pretty sure they're probably texting other people, whatever. I can just say the story from my point of view. But yeah, I said this, that, oh, I just love my singlehood. And he's like, yeah, so you can do your thing. Like, I have my own life, you have your own life. What's the big deal? And I'm just like, that's not possible though. Like, yes, we can say these things that you're gonna have your own life, I'm gonna have my own life, we're just gonna come together and we're gonna create a third life. But is it really possible? Is it actually possible to be able to lead a separate life? I don't think so. At least maybe not for me. I am very involved in a relationship. I am super loyal, I'm super committed, and if I get into one, my mind and my heart is in it 100%. So I can't risk it. And I also don't think I will find someone that is good enough for me as a person. Not my career or the money or looks. I'm not saying that I'm very pretty. I'm just saying that I'm not looking at those superficial things. Just me as a person, just what I'm willing to do for a relationship and for a person, the kind of commitment that I come with and the kind of honesty that I come with. Like, if I can be honest to so many people on the internet, you can only imagine how honest I am with a person. And even more than honesty, usually even if I have like a bad thought, maybe something that's against my values, I know how to communicate that in a way that isn't hurtful. So that's why I'm just like, why do I need to risk being upset or being sad? And why do I need to give up that control of my life if I feel like there's no one good enough for me? This is not narcissism before someone comments and says, you're just a narcissist, you're just a pathetic person. It's not narcissism. It's just because I've dated horrible people who've never thought about me. Not for a second have they thought about my feelings the way I have thought about theirs. Like, makes me sad to think about it. Like, how can you function as a human being without caring about one person who cares so much about you? So I've seen that side to people and I just don't know if I want to risk it. And I'm not self sabotaging because it's not like, the perfect guy who has the same religion as me and who has the same beliefs and who just matches my vibe. It's not like, I've met someone and then I'm pushing him away. I'm not doing that. I'm just pushing away anyone that isn't someone that could be my husband or like my partner. Because when I settle down, I also want it to be a guy that I'm super proud of because that's just not been the case before. I feel like I've always had to justify all of my ex's actions every single time. I've defended them, I've made a fool out of myself, and I've always had to be thinking, oh, but he acted this way because of this specific reason. And my friends have been the ones to tell me, listen, no, you deserve better. Like, they've been doing that. So I don't want to do that anymore. Like, when I meet another person now, I just want to be someone that I walk into a room like holding his hand or his arm, and I just know that this is the person for me. And this is a great person. And also, it's going to sound very petty, but I don't give a because I've never had this feeling and I want to have this feeling. I want to walk in a room with the guy that I'm with, and I want all the men in that room to feel small. Not small because of like wealth or anything, just small because of how great his character is and how much of a wonderful person this is. And I want the people who I love to see him and say, oh my God, Twinkle, this is the person for you because your values are similar. How honest you are. This is that person that ticks all of those boxes. It can't be one person that I convince my friends anymore. I just can't do it. I can't because I've done it and it got me nowhere. I can't protect a guy anymore. I want it to be that person. And I usually don't think a lot about like what I want from my future partner. I don't think about these things just because I do believe that the universe will give me what I want. And I'm a little bit scared to start thinking this way because what if I meet that person soon? I'm not ready. I want to meet this person at a time when I'm really ready and I've enjoyed my singlehood and I've lived my best life and I've enjoyed my solitude. And now I just really want to share my life and my happiness with this person. I want it to be at that stage. I don't want it to be now when I feel like I'm not yet done enjoying my life. And when I finally meet him at that age and where I'm in my life, I want to give 100% of my life. I want to really enjoy that life with him. I don't want to do what I was doing before, which is not committing, but kind of committing, but also getting hurt in the process, but also living in anxiety. I don't want anxiety. I want this person to make me feel at rest. Like emotionally, physically, mentally, I should feel calm and I should feel rested. And that is a feeling that I'm chasing. It's not happiness. It is the stability that I have in my life. He needs to make me feel stable. And I don't know if that's too much to ask for because, at the end of the day, marriage is hard and relationships are difficult and you're fighting and like this person like pisses you off, but you still love them. Oh my God, I just hope my partner doesn't piss me off. But you know what I mean? When that man enters my life, I have to be even more rested, even more calmer, knowing that this time I have someone who has got my back. Before, it's always been no matter what's happening, I look towards a person, they're either busy cheating or they're like messing around or they're like gaslighting me. And then I'm like, okay, I need to be alone. Or I feel like I've no one in my life that I can fully rely on. So my partner has to be that person that I go to and I know that my best interest and my emotions is always going to be the top of his priority. Now you can call that self-sabotage because I'm not giving anyone else a chance. You can call that me avoiding happiness. You can say anything, but I just have super high standards for my future partner. And those standards just at the end come down to how I feel and how he makes me feel. But there was something that I actually mentioned just a few minutes ago about negative mindset and stuff and like manifestation. Guys, I genuinely do believe that if I manifest a guy, he's gonna come to me in 12 months. Like, I have that strong belief. Maybe it's delusion, but this is the same belief that's gotten me so much in my life. But I actually do think that the minute I pray to the universe and I say, you know what, universe, this time I'm ready. Like, I'm actually ready to share my life with someone and I will make space for this person and I will give 100%. I do think it's gonna come out of nowhere and I'm gonna meet that person. And yeah, just that thought of meeting that person who kind of matches all the qualities that I'm looking for, it gets me excited because yes, I may be single now. Yes, everyone thinks I'm sad, but just the fact that I'm yet to meet my person, I'm yet to fall in love, I'm yet to go through that entire experience of like learning about someone, that gets me excited. That means all of those big experiences are still waiting for me. That some of the best days of my life or some of the best phases of my life haven't come to me yet. And I don't look at it with desperation, but I look at it with like excitement because I'm still yet to experience so much. And I have no patience anymore to go through confusion. I can't. Like it's really not in me. I've gone through confusion for years. I've been dating since I was 13 years old. Like I've been in long-term relationships since 13. Does not mean I have been dating multiple men. No, I've just dated two, but they themselves had like 15 different personalities. And like, by the end of it, I genuinely feel like I've dated every man in the world just through those experiences. So I'm exhausted. Like I can't. Yeah, anyway, that actually reminds me of this one video I posted on my Instagram a few months ago. And it was basically a video of me saying, guys, if you're really confused in your life, you need to pray to God and tell him to please remove this man if he's not for you. Pray that and actually mean the prayer. And then in 3 days, he'll be gone. I swear to you guys, that video went viral, by the way, and you should read the comments. Every single comment is girls saying, oh my God, I said this within 12 hours, he vanished. Every single person. 12 hours, 3 hours, 30 minutes, 3 days, 1 month, they go. They actually go. So ever since I posted that video, I've also been getting other messages, which is how to manifest a perfect man. And babes, if I knew it, a man would be sitting here right next to me in the passenger seat. Actually, no, I'd be in the passenger seat and he'd be driving because I'll be in my, princess era, feminine era. But yeah, I don't know it, but I'm very confident that, when I'm ready, I will write a little letter to the universe and I'll say, dear universe, I finally feel aligned and ready to welcome a person into my life. And I want this person to make me feel calm and at ease. I want it to be someone that matches my values, that respects my values, and that I respect as a man. Because I don't respect most men, but my partner, I want to respect him. I want my friends to respect him. I want my family to respect him. Like, I want him to be at that level where, like, I look at him and I'm like, you know what you're doing in your life, and you respect and love me so much that makes me respect and love you so much. Like, that's what I want. I don't want to be dealing with a guy again who I'm like, if you are upset, you still need to call me. You still need to talk to me. Like, I don't want to be teaching boys how to be men. Okay, I feel like I've been ranting on and on and on about like my partner and stuff and how I've been feeling. But yeah, I don't know if you guys like relate. I don't know if you feel the same way. Yeah, this is pretty much what I've been feeling lately, what I've been thinking about lately. I just don't want to rush into different things. And I just don't even want to be talking to a guy that I feel like does not have those qualities or can give me what I'm looking for. So I don't. And many men love to comment and say that I'm going to be sad and lonely and this lonely cat lady when I'm 45 years old. But these are the same guys who will call me ran through if I'm actually actively looking for a partner and going on dates. So like, what should I be doing? Genuinely, I genuinely do not think it's easy to find someone who's going to match my same values and the way that I live my life. So what should I do? Should I still be giving a chance to every loser in my DMs? And I don't mean all men, but there are some losers who text every girl who also text me. Do you expect me to be going out with them? No. So firstly, choose a standard that you expect women to live by, and then never say that standard because we don't give a shit. Oh my God, at this stage, I'm just ranting and I don't make sense anymore. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you guys so much genuinely for listening and for tuning in. I'm a little bit sleepy and my jaw is hurting because of my bloody retainers, but I will see you guys the next time that I want to yap and I want someone to listen to me. And I would love to know your thoughts on my situation, because sometimes I literally come to my social media and you guys give me some of the best advice that I've ever heard. So share your thoughts and your story times with me in the comment section below. Thank you. See you another time. Bye. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I don't know, man. I'm really trying to hustle on YouTube, okay? So just subscribe to help me out.